What's going on YouTube? My retro cartoon loving drawing people. This is Said and the anime kid back on commentary. I know it's been a while since we uploaded some content, some retro type content for y'all. This is Optimus Primal, uh one of the versions of Optimus Prime, but from Beast Wars. Everybody knows Beast. If you're a Transformers fan, you know about Beast Wars. If you don't, go on Netflix. Is on there. Google, do your research, read the comic books. The comic books are fucking amazing. Uh, yeah, watch it. It's my only problem with Transformers. Like Optimus dies and always come back. And then like in Transformers Prime, they sent him out, and it was amazing. Then it follows that up in the comic book, and he's the reason why Primus is living or Cybertron is living again. But and then we get Beast Wars. Just like don't it's many different primes. This is a bunch of fucking primes. You got the original seven, then you got your other primes. You got your Beast primes, and I think the last prime is Leo Prime. Isn't that the last one, or was it? Yeah, it has to be Leo Prime, right? Or Leo Convoy, as they call
I
him.
was gonna say, yeah, they call him Leo Convoy, and
Well, that's they call him that over in Japan, but we know it's Leo Prime.
yeah,
I might draw him too because he's actually a pretty awesome figure. Well, not figure, but he's a pretty awesome design. But yeah, my cousin gave me this idea to draw some Beast Wars characters, and first one he suggested was Optimus Primal. I'm thinking about doing Rat Trap next because Rat Trap was the funny guy to me. Even though the cartoon was like early CGI, it was still funny to watch. I mean, had the boring episodes, but it was still funny. Dinobot made the fucking cartoon for me because Dinobot was like their version of Starscream in a way. He always wanted to take leadership, but when it came time to take leadership, he always get fucked up.
oh yeah.
I mean, who was your favorite character of the whole Beast Wars saga?
Well, like when it comes to Transformer series, I never have like just one favorite character. Like I always have always like one Decepticon, or in this case Predacon, and one Autobot, or Maximo, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
On the Maximo side, I have to say I'm a Dinobot fan all the way. I like his attitude. Like he's kind of like, in ways, he kind of reminds me of Vegeta.
Yeah, he does remind me of Vegeta. I couldn't get that. Like, I'm glad you said that because he does remind me of Vegeta. And then, he was also paying homage to Grimlock.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like I said, he never backed down from a fight. I like how they did the story where, like, in the beginning, he was the very first episode, he was Predacon.
Right.
And then, like, he done messed with the wrong one. And, then he got tricked out of it because he tried to fight, he has an honor system, everybody knows, who watched the series, and he tried to fight Megatron one-on-one for control of the Predacons. But, at the same time, then Megatron, him being, like, the devious planner that he is, had Scorponok do his dirty work for him and shoot him and eject him from the group.
Yeah. Not to cut you off real quick, I'm gonna let you get back to it, but let me explain this to you. Like, you got your Autobots, you got your Maximus, and there's other groups of type of Transformers out there, but the two main groups we all know is Maximus, Predacons, Decepticons, and Autobots. Decepticons is always the ones for like the big ass vehicles that take flight, and the Autobots was always had vehicle modes. Transformer Prime did a perfect homage to that when Starscream and Knockout had their little interaction in one episode. I forgot the episode because I was just recently watching it, and he was saying that oh, you one of those because knockout whole thing was don't mess up my finish. Basically, he's one of them nut jobs that take like his car, like don't fuck up my car, don't scratch my car, that type of motherfucker. I'm sorry that I'm cursing like that.
Okay.
It was the whole thing that was what the Decepticons they always had vehicles that take flight. Autobots was the ones with the vehicle modes and knockout. Like they had a couple Decepticons that had vehicle modes. You got to remember the Stunticons; they had vehicle modes. And then when it came to Transformer Prime, you had Knockout and Breakdown that had vehicle modes, and then you had the Vehicons, which were their troops and shit. And Starscream paid perfect homage. He was like saying, "Why do you choose a vehicle form where you can take flight?" And this segues into Beast Wars. Beast Wars, all their like type of beast modes, like with the Predacons, they had some type of they had a good amount of flyers. Which you had Waspinator. Who else? You had Scorponauts was a scorpion, but he didn't really take flight, but they could wall climb and shit. And you had the little spider. I forgot his name. What was it, Arachnid or some shit
Black
like that?
Arachnid.
Black Arachnid.
And Tarantulas.
Yeah. Then later on, you had Inferno, that fire ant that took flight. Megatron, when he got turned into Transmetal Megatron, he took flight. Like all these forms go back to flight mode, and then Beast War with Beast War, like with not Beast Wars, but with the Maximals, they always took. They was always land until you had what Night not Nightwing but Silverbolt that had Wolf had Eagle. Then you had Prowl. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, then when you had Optimus get Transmetal, he took flight. You remember he was a triple changer at one point, right? I think it was the last season of Beast Wars. He was able to turn into a plane. Then he had the tank mode. Beast Wars paid a lot of homage to Transformers. Each cartoon, each era of cartoon, Transformers property paid somewhat homage to G1. I don't know too much about the animated series that was on Cartoon Network years ago, like a couple years ago. I haven't watched it. A lot of people said it was good. I don't know. You had the Rescue Bots. I don't really take the Rescue Bots series because that's really for preschoolers and younger kids. And then you also got you had Transformer Armada. I don't remember watching that. My cousin does. And then you have Transformers Energon, which I thought was horrible.
Which was horrible.
I thought that was
fucking horrible was the word.
And then you got then you also had our recent one was Transformers Prime, which was a great adaptation to the series.
Yeah.
The first two episodes, I thought they was like movie like, and they got Peter Cullen to do the voice of Optimus Prime. I think it's in his contract that he has to do Optimus Prime anything they do because he was the voice of Optimus Prime in the video game. Both video games, War for Cybertron and The Fall of Cybertron. And like, I wish they would have gave us another season with Transformer Prime. That's another saga that needs another season. I would have liked to see them pass down. I guess since the Transformer world, like some people like Rodimus Prime or Hot Rod or whatever you want to call him, and then some people don't care for him. I'm particularly one that don't care for Rodimus. I would like to see them pass down the. I would have liked to see him pass down the matrix of leadership and gave somebody else a try. I mean, in one of the episodes, he almost did. He almost gave the matrix of leadership to Smokescreen, which a lot of people had a problem with that. Them having Smokescreen and not having Wilt. First of all, you had Smokescreen of the triplets, the Lamborghini triplets that nobody didn't really care for. Cause what you had Prowl, Riddler, and then you had Smokescreen, right? Or was it Prowl? It was Prowl, Saswipe, and Smokescreen. Nobody really didn't care for Smokescreen like that. And I wish they would have just kept the series going and introduced Wheeljack. Well, you had Wheeljack, A lot of people had a problem with his character because he was really based off the Transformer Drift from the comic IDW comic books. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see Jazz, man. Like, you can't have Transformer Prime. You can't have Transformers without Jazz, man. Like, don't. I mean, Ultra Magnus came into play, but come on, man. Jazz was his first right hand man. Like, you can't go against the grain. Like,
Exactly.
and then again, I'm not mad at it because Ultra Magnus had his role in Transformers Prime. Basically, he wasn't really the second in command anymore. Basically, he was. They turned him into a wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the records didn't come into play until the comic book. They just created these group of people, which I don't have a problem with because they're fucking amazing. Like, I love Bulkhead. I love, well, they made Wojak a record. I don't have a problem with that. There's other records that I can't really name right now because I'm just now getting into the records comic book series. But I don't have a problem with it. Like, who was your favorite character from Transformers Prime? I know we getting off of Beast War, but like, out of all, name your top five Decepticons and Autobots from all like Transformers generation in general.
Um. Okay, so for Prime, I would have to say, you know what? I liked RC a little bit because like compared to all the other series that they had with RC in it, they never kind of gave her like a background to go with. They never gave her like a backstory. At least in this one, like, you know, she had a backstory, had like a rivalry, was like, you know, she was actually to me, she was actually more important than Bumblebee in the series, who, like, you know, based off the TV show, Bumblebee was like one of the most important Transformers in the movie.
Right.
But
And I whole thing, yeah, I'm not to cut you off, but I have to agree. RC, they made RC a more prominent role, like a more prominent role in this in Transformers Prime.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like, you can go ahead and continue because I had a brain fart. Go ahead, like, all right, you said RC. Who else? Whatever Autobot can you go with? Not just Transformers Prime, like Transformers in general, any season or just from the comic books or whatever.
Okay, out of any like I've always been a Starscream fan. As a matter of fact, I got a wallet with Starscream on it.
That's dope.
Like Starscream has always been my favorite. And I'm talking about the G1 is my favorite. I like the Prime one. I didn't like the movie Starscream that much.
Yeah, I ain't like that one either.
To me, they just completely missed the whole concept of Starscream in the movie. But that's another subject.
Yeah, that's just Michael Bay Starscream.
Like I said, yeah, and like I said in Beast Wars, it was Dinobot had to be my favorite Maximo. My favorite Predacon had to be it's a toss up between Waspinator and Tarantulas.
Okay.
Because Waspinator made me laugh because he always got into some stuff, but then he could get serious if he wanted to. And Tarantulas, he was always like that sneaky, like always planning ahead type dude.
Yeah.
Let me see. What can I say? Let me get on Transformers Armada for a minute. Transformers Armada, it started off slow with me because like it started missing the concept of Transformers.
Right.
And like I understand it was trying to be new and innovative with it, but to me it just didn't work. And then like as the seasons went on, it actually started getting better.
Okay.
So I can say that about that. So like as the season went on, it started getting better. I think they had like 2 seasons, 2 or 3. If the story started making sense, and like I started actually liking it, but they changed a whole lot of characters' names. Like of course, you know, a Hot Shot is supposed to be Hot Rod. I forget, one was supposed to be Ultra Magnus that I found out later on. They just had a whole lot that they just changed up. That was just horrible, and that is like universally panned by a lot. Some people say it's by far the worst Transformers that ever series that ever came out.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what other Decepticons or Autobots you like? I got a couple. I got them right on the tip of my tongue. I got it right on the
All
tip
right.
of my tongue.
Other Decepticons, I like Soundwave because I don't care what anybody says, no matter what. Soundwave stayed loyal to Megatron. Like he was like Megatron's real right hand man. Like of course Starscream was second in command, but when it came to being the right hand man, Soundwave got the job done every time. He would send out Ravage, Frenzy, and Rumble to do reconnaissance, get information, battle if they need. Like to me, Soundwave was in there.
They even brought that into play into Transformers Prime. Like it was many times where Starscream wanted to kill off Megatron, like especially when Megatron was like technically dead. But Soundwave wouldn't let that shit happen. I mean, I think his third command was Shockwave. Like I always thought he had a little bit more love for Shockwave also. Because Shockwave was like the Decepticons version of Wheeljack. He was a fucking mad scientist. He was always creating shit. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish because I'm stop cutting you off. It's just that I mean like my cousins got me back into my cartoon phase, and it's like I never really had love for Transformers like that until recently. And then I got into it like that's just crazy. But who's the best Prime for you? Like, is it Optimus or is it Optimus Primal, Leo, or there's other Primes and shit. But who was your favorite?
Yeah, they got so many. To me, the original Optimus, he commanded the most respect out of all the primes ever. He always knew. He didn't always know what to do, but he was quick in his decisions. He always thought about stuff. To me, Rodimus Prime in the movie, in the cartoon movie, he was the man. Like he could hand. He tossed Galvatron out of Unicron with no problem, just like arm dragged him away. And what's his name? In the cartoon though, he just couldn't make a decision to save his life.
Yeah.
Like the simplest thing. Rodimus, should we go left or right? I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to be Prime. I can't handle the pressure.
Rodimus, can I take a piss? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I might have to give this Matrix leadership. He was just a little bitch.
Rodimus, like Rodimus, the Decepticons attacking. What should we do? We could fight, but then again, we could flee. I'm not sure. We could do whichever you want to do. I'm like, come on now. Like, but when it came to Optimus, it'll be just like this. Right, Optimus, should we go left or right? All right, Prowl, Hopper, Ironhide, you go left and do reconnaissance. Bumblebee, Jazz, I want you to go right and do the same thing, and we'll be back in rendezvous in about 10, whatever their seconds were in their time, and it'll just be just straight up like that.
10 nanoclicks and shit. But since the video cutting short, let me get mine in real quick. My top 5 Autobots, I had to say Leo, Convoy, Jazz. Not because Jazz is voiced by a black dude, or he was black, period, but Jazz. Let's see. I had a love for Bulkhead. I like Bulkhead because Bulkhead reminds me of Ironhide in a way. Let's see who else. I'm trying to think. Who else is dope? I said Jazz, Optimus, Leo Convoy, Bulkhead, and I also had to go with Drift. Drift is dope, and my fucking favorite, like Wheeljack. Wheeljack was just the man, especially Transformers Prime Wheeljack. He was just amazing. Decepticons, I would have to go with Megatron. I don't really care for Magmatron from the Beast Wars saga.
The comic book version of him was great.
Soundwave, I have to go with Soundwave. I didn't really care for Galvatron. Whatever the Decepticon I like. Triplicon was alright, even though he kept getting his ass whipped by Metroplex. Triplicon was just the
Oh
comic
yeah,
relief.
yeah.
My fourth Decepticon has to be. I don't really know. I'm gonna give it to like two Predacons. Two Predacons I like was Inferno because he was funny as shit. He was loyal, but he kept getting blown the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
and fucking Ravage, like what they did with him in the Beast Wars saga, they made Ravage like badass. And like
Uh-huh.
I got another Autobot, which he's really a Maximal. Fucking what's his name? Razor Beast. Razor Beast is fucking a fucking savage, yo. It made him fucking like ridiculously awesome. Like if you gonna read it, like if you gonna read some comic books, I actually have. I'm gonna do some reviews to him like soon. Like I still have to follow up the Transformers Prime Dinobot saga. So stay tuned for that. My cousin is still gonna be on a lot of videos. We got a SWAT Cat video we gonna do commentary for. So stay tuned. Keep dropping them likes. Keep subscribing. Stay sketching. You got any last word for the people, cousin?
Uh, no, not really.
Or you could just say that's just Prime. But
Yeah, that's just Prime. Or in Megatron's case, yes.
yeah, they made Megatron creepy as shit in Beast Wars. I don't understand that. Like he was just like an English creep. He was just like creepy as fuck. But yeah, we gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.